All right, cool. Good. All right, cool. What's going on? Tin Roof, Wednesday, March the 9th. Appreciate y'all coming out. Got a lot to get into. Robbie's in the building. Holy smokes. Yeah, I'm going to get to that in just a second as I try to figure out this mic deal here. There we go. Okay. Technology, great till it didn't. Okay. Appreciate y'all coming out. Those tuned in digitally, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, appreciate y'all as well. We got a lot to get into. I'm sure you all come out tonight to throw tomatoes at me because I told you how good we were going to be at baseball for weeks. And now we sit here after losing the Xavier Musketeers last night, which I didn't even know what their mascot was until 2 days ago. But sure enough, South Carolina now sitting here the week of playing the number one team in all of college baseball in Texas. Losers are 4 straight, and we got to pick up the pieces somehow. But again, a good place to do it, Tin Roof in the Vista. Again, appreciate y'all coming out. Those tuned in digitally, I see P-Mod, which P-Doc, you should be here. P-Doc should be here. He should. We know he's busy, though. Mr. Boogie tuned in. Mark, Brennan M., Brian Dean, Travie, what's going on? Appreciate y'all. Also, we've got some very, very special guests in the crowd. Some of the real MVP question askers. My guy Dalton, per sources, my name is Dalton, is here. Per sources, he's here. Per sources, actually I can confirm because I'm looking at you in the face. So per sources, very credible sources, Dalton is here. And per sources, Robbie Davis is here. Robbie Davis has come out to Tin Roof. Yunka Boudreaux's at Tin Roof as well. Appreciate y'all, man. This is incredible. I was wondering if this day would actually happen. So, Robbie, for you to be out here is awesome. We may even have an A-Rod sighting before you know it. Maybe P-Mod surprises us. Maybe P-Dog gets off practice early or something and decides he's able to come out. But either way, we got a lot to get into. Appreciate y'all. Panic Ritter comments, I dare Mark Kingston to come on your show. I dare him to also. I'd love to have that combo. That'd be great. Anyways, big week for Carolina baseball. Obviously really disappointing last night, really disappointing over the weekend. A horrid weekend to just be a Gamecock, really. I hate to say that, but losing in basically everything. Even the women's basketball team losing, was just, that's how you know things were off. But hey, hopefully a minor setback for a major comeback. We got men's basketball tomorrow night taking on Mississippi State in the SEC tournament. I think the SEC tournament is actually starting right now. I think it's Georgia and A&M or something or whatever. The lower tier teams, the lower seeded teams, and the Gamecocks will get going tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And I think the first game tomorrow is Florida and somebody else. So there'll be basketball on all day tomorrow for the SEC tournament. But we got that. And then of course, like I said, baseball this weekend against number 1 Texas, which I'm definitely going to talk about that because I've got some stats that are going to make you – I don't think they're going to make you feel much better about what we're going to be facing this weekend. But, anyway, it's going to be a fun night. $3 drafts, $3 Rumple, $3 Fireball as well. Great food, great people. Be sure to tip your bartenders. Take care of those guys. They do a fantastic job for sure. Baby need new shoes is what Chico said. Baby need new shoes. So be sure to tip your bartender. And, we'll have us a good night. So Willie Highlights asked thoughts on Braylon Wimmer. Yeah, what's weird about Braylon Wimmer, he's hitting like 400, but I swear it doesn't feel like it. He had that one weekend, I think opening weekend, where he had like 17 singles. I think we set the record for singles on opening weekend. And, so I think he needs to be better. Everybody's got to be better, bottom line. I mean, that's the elephant in the room, right? It's Carolina baseball. Except for and maybe Michael Braswell also. The guys right now that I would say are playing up to par and what we need are Will Sanders, Michael Braswell. I mean, I don't have a ton of complaints about Andrew Eister, except I'd love to see him be more of a leader, a vocal leader. But, yeah, I mean, outside of that, it's pretty much everybody. And last night was embarrassing. Last night was ugly, and I really don't want to spend the entire show up here, being negative and in a bad mood because I did that all yesterday at the game. I did it last night when I recorded the podcast, and we did a lot today on the Daily Crow, which, again, Robbie was very passionate on the Daily Crow today. That was one of the better rants you've ever gone on. It was awesome. I'm probably going to clip that and post that after this, by the way, because that was impeccable, truly. Yeah, truly, about the standards of Carolina baseball and what we should expect as Gamecock fans. And and what's acceptable. And I mean, I can tell you this, and I'm not going to name these guys by name. I'm not going to put them on the spot, but people talk about Ray Tanner and what he's doing, and he shouldn't be there. Do you think Ray Tanner's not pissed off watching that last night? I'm just saying, I know for a fact, again, I'm not going to name them by name, but I talk to these guys, not all the time, but enough. Guys that were on those 10 and 11 teams. I mean, heck, if you go to Instagram last night, there's a couple of them that liked my post-game reaction video. Guys that were major contributors on those 10 and 11 teams, and 12 and 13 and 14 teams, and guys that played at Carolina mid-2000s that I've had on the show that are pissed. They're pissed. So if you think they're not in Tanner's ear, I mean, I'll tell you, some of the guys that were there Saturday for the Clemson game, I saw outside of Segra. Joey Pancake, Gene Cone, Grayson Griner, Jordan Montgomery, Tyler Webb. Like, you think they enjoyed watching that? I can assure you they didn't. So, it's not good enough. Bottom line, it's not good enough. And as I said before the season, though, the thing with Carolina baseball is this. I really don't think we have to kick and scream and raise hell all season to get the point across. If you don't win, you're not going to be here. It's not like basketball where there's this gray area of, we went 500 in conference play. It's not football where you make bowl games and we've never won anything. Like, it's Carolina baseball. Like, if you don't win, you're going to get out. You'll be out, I mean, Chad Holbrook averaged over 40 wins a year, and he got canned. And granted, he missed the postseason 2 out of 3 years at the end of his tenure, and he was gone. And he missed the postseason, by the way, in his final year with a team that came in ranked in the preseason 4th in the country, and he got let go. So, yeah, I mean, listen, it's when people were asking me in the preseason about Mark Kingston, well, if you miss the postseason, is he on the hot seat? It's like, no, duh. I mean, it's in my opinion, you look at the set standards of Carolina baseball over the course of a decade, you should never miss the postseason. I think a bad year for us should be we got to travel to a regional. You should never miss the postseason in South Carolina. You got incredible fan support. Your facilities are top-notch. I mean, granted, I know other people have upgraded, but my God, Founders Park is still one of the best ballparks you're going to find in college baseball. You got the history. You got the tradition. There's no reason to let the program slip. And, again, I'm not going to go on record and call for a dude's head 12 games in the season, but boy, you're going to really find out who you are the next 3 weeks. You really are. Texas and then Tennessee and then Vanderbilt. Speaking of Texas, by the way, just to give you an idea of what South Carolina is going to be facing. And Texas actually plays tonight, 7:30. Going to be a hell of a game because I watched the end of their game last night against Texas State. They were up 9-8. Texas State got the bases loaded with 2 outs, and Texas found a way to get out of it. But Texas is weekend, guys. They have their team. They have a 1.54 team ERA. They're weekend guys. These are their spreads. These are their records, their stats. Friday guy is 2-0 with a .53 ERA. 0.53. 0.53. Their Saturday guy is 3-0 with a 0 ERA. 0.00. Hadn't allowed a run. And their Sunday guy is 2-0 with a 1.64 ERA. So, I mean, and also, by the way, they hit 288 as a team and just are loaded 1 through 9. So, meanwhile, South Carolina, we don't even know who we're throwing Saturday or Sunday. So, yeah, the challenge is there. The challenge is there. I got 1 inning. I know that. I don't know if I'd look much better than Aiden Hunter or Wesley Sweat or any of those guys looked yesterday, but I could give you 1. Maybe I can do like the Michael Roth kind of sidearm frisbee it up there. Maybe deceive some guys. But I don't think you want me out there, my guy. I don't want me out there. Can you imagine? We'll talk on the podcast about how I gave up a bomb. Let me tell you exactly what happened. What had happened was, So, but when adversity strikes, that's when you see what people are really made of and teams are made of. And I actually agree with what Kingston said. I know nobody wanted to hear anything he had to say last night after the game, but, we're going to find out the character of the team real fast. And, of course, and I hate to harp on it. But the biggest thing that's got to change from last night, when you're talking about character, and you got some guys in here that are older guys that, Belk from Missouri and Madden from Virginia Tech, and I'm sure they're thrilled to get their opportunity to play SEC baseball and play at a school like South Carolina, but do they really understand what it means to put the jersey on? That, to me, is the question, because that's the most sickening part, is seeing guys rocking 19, 29, 13, 27, 5. The list goes on and on and on. 12 guys that I say those numbers. When I say Carolina baseball and I say the number 5, what do you think of? I'm talking about Whit Merrifield. When I say 12, that I'm talking about Justin Smoke. When I say 29, I'm talking about Michael Roth. Like, the greatest of the greats that came before these dudes. And I'm not trying to question their commitment or their effort or their dedication, because, hey, they know, they see it every day, I would think. But that's what I caught myself doing yesterday at the game, as we're down like 12-4 to Xavier, or whatever the score was at that point, was looking out at the right field wall and seeing, all the years of consecutive regionals and then super regionals and College World Series and national championships. And, is there ever going to be another Ray Tanner at South Carolina? I don't know. His run was incredible. He made South Carolina baseball one of the top 3 or 4, top 5 programs in the country for damn near 2 decades. Truly. We still at this point rank 3rd in college baseball, most wins amongst any college program. But I can tell you what, I'm not saying we got to go to the College World Series every year. I'm not asking for that. I'm not setting unrealistic expectations. But my God, you got to do better than losing 15-7 to Xavier and coming off the field, cutting up and laughing like it's a joke in the 9th inning. I can't deal with that. And I don't care, whatever, man. Like, your buddy got to pitch and he's a position player and he got us out of the inning, and that's all fine. Just do it in the clubhouse. Do it in the clubhouse, man. You're on TV. The camera's on you. Just do it in the clubhouse, man. I can't live with that. I can't live with that. So, and I feel like, I'll tell you this, I feel like that, I don't know. It's something's got to change. Something's just got to change, bottom line. Something's got to change, bottom line. So, again, taking your questions, comments, if you want to call in, text in, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Again, appreciate y'all coming out. Great night to have a night here at the Tin Roof. And, always a pleasure. So, like I said, $3 drafts, $3 Rumple, $3 Fireball as well. So, let's see. PMod, tomato Phil here. Phil with the tomato emojis. Do what? No, I didn't. Listen, Wingo's got a job to do. Wingo's got a job to do, and I'm not. I'm not going to. Blow him up during the season. He knows it's not good enough. He knows it's not good enough. So I'm not going to, I'm not going to ask him what's going on, because he knows the standard. He's been here, he's done it. He's a national champion. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I believe so as well. I do. I believe so as well. And, I'm sure he's preaching to them a lot over the next couple of days going in this series. So I'm sure and again, baseball is all about adversity. You run into adversity and, you run into adversity, and how do you respond to it? Bottom line, how do you respond to it? So how do you respond to it? Ritter asked, recruiting on the pitchers. Yeah, I don't know if it's because they lost guys they didn't expect to lose or what have you. Jack Mahoney obviously went down with an injury. Jackson Phipps went down with an injury. Mag Cotto transferred, and then this year you got James Hicks and Julian Bosnick. James Hicks obviously out for the year with Tommy John, and then Julian Bosnick, I don't think he's even thrown yet. So it's It hasn't been good. Hasn't been good on the injury front, but it doesn't matter. It's win anyway for Kona baseball. There are no excuses. There are no excuses for South Carolina baseball. You got to find a way to win anyway. Got to find a way to win anyway. Bottom line. So, John Kruger said, "Hey, Robbie." By the way, John calls him. He calls in on the Daily Crow. So, yeah. You'd like to think it would help. You'd like to think it would help. And here's the thing, though, talking about the transfer portal. I mean, transfers have always been a big thing. Transfers have always been a very big thing in the game of baseball because, you don't – I feel like with football more so, you need to play at a high level. You need to play, like say in an SEC school or a Power 5 school to really get a realistic look at the draft. And that's not always the case, but it certainly does help. It certainly does help. And baseball, that's not the case. That you can go junior college, you can go NAIA, D2, D3, whatever. If you're good enough, they'll find you. So, I mean, if you're at a South Carolina and you're not playing, you're not going to sit there for 4 years and wait. So, yeah, it certainly could help South Carolina. I mean, I think you thought it was going to help you, and it still could very well help you with, two of your guys in your starting lineup, Brant Belk and Kevin Madden, came from the portal. Even with the rough start to our season, I think you exponentially upgraded the third base position with Kevin Madden coming from Va Tech. I mean, last year was just a mess over at third with Brennan Malone, Jeff Heinrich, Michael Robinson. Not being able to find a starter. So it was a mess over there. And then, I think with Brant Belk, just adding a veteran SEC bat and a guy that hit about 270 with Mizzou. A real contributor. So, and I think both those guys have been solid to open the year. I definitely want to see more out of them. But so you'd like to think the portal's already helped you a little bit. But, yeah, as far as getting pitching help, I mean, you can't do much about it right now. But, so we'll see what they do in the offseason. I don't know. I mean, we got a lot of ball left, though. We got like 50 games. 45 games, whatever. A lot of baseball still to go. So you're not going to hear me calling for Kingston's head or but obviously things have to get better. I mean, there's just no question. Things have to get better. Yes, Phil, Robbie is here. Yes, Robbie Day. People want to know. They're like, is Robbie really there? Yeah. Yeah, Robbie's here. Robbie is here, believe it or not. President accounted for, yes. President accounted for. So, yeah, great stuff. Again, 843-790-3377. That is 843- Yeah, I feel pretty safe. I do feel pretty safe. So, why I most likely don't? The reason I most likely don't is because I bet that if South Carolina made the NCAA tournament, then I would get the tattoo of Frank Martin on my ass. So, and we were at this point with no hair, like current Frank, and no eyebrows, really. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So, yeah. So, I made that bet when we were, I don't know, couple weeks ago. Hey, maybe we will. I mean, I'd love to see it. What a story that would be. I'd love to see it. What a story that would be. So, what a story that would be indeed. Yeah, no, I did see that. Frank is very passionately responding to fans on Twitter. So, he's fired up, ready to go. But, yeah, huge one tomorrow night. Huge one. You got Mississippi State. Huge one tomorrow night. So, yep, huge one tomorrow night in Tampa. Excited for it. Like I said, I'm really intrigued by the game because, they beat you by double digits on their home floor. You beat them by double digits on your home floor. So who knows? On a neutral site, who knows what's going to happen? I think you were saying that Caesars had dropped Mississippi State as a 4.5-point favorite. Yeah, minus 4.5. So, yeah, minus 4.5. Well, and I told you what's crazy. I mean, again, the podcast will drop tomorrow, but what's crazy is I actually picked Mississippi State to win by 4. So it's crazy how many of those picks have been right on the spread. How many have been right on that spread, that number? But yeah. Yeah, Panic Ritter asked about Brett Thomas. Brett Thomas is hurt. That's why he hasn't been given a chance to pitch. He is hurt. So, and apparently he's saying Brendan Malone is doing pretty well at Oregon. I mean, listen, I hear you on the coaching thing. I think they gave everybody a chance last year to win that job at third base, and nobody stepped up and took it. Nobody stepped up and took it. So, nobody stepped up and took it. So, yeah, I would love to see, though, South Carolina win the SEC tournament and that tattoo become a reality. I mean, why not? Why not? So. No, I'm a man of my word, so I'll get it. Yeah, yeah. You don't need evidence. You don't need evidence. Well, I got you. Okay. Well, don't look on social media then the day that I get it, because that probably will be evidence. There's going to have to be some evidence. Fair enough. Yeah. I'm not saying you got to admit to anything, my dude. You ain't got to admit to anything. So Willie Highlight says, "Is JJ Enigbari a first rounder?" I not according to Brad Lawing, he's not. Which I feel like Brad Lawing knows a lot more about football than me. So knows a lot more about football than me. So. Yeah.
We'll see. I don't think he is going to be a first round pick. He's going to be a top 5 pick there.
Yeah. We good on the audio? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, I think JJ's a top 3 rounder for sure. I don't know about first, but I think a top 3 rounder. Yeah, I think a top 3 rounder. He most certainly is. I hope so. Means we had a great year. Yeah, it means we had a great year if that does happen. I'll tell you that. It means we had a great year. So, but anyways, taking your questions, comments, like I said, guys, be sure to tip your bartenders. They do a heck of a job. $3 drafts, $2 rumple, $2 fireball as well. And great food, great people, really good time. So appreciate Tin Roof having us out. And, yeah, also that looks like they got the place decked out for Saturday. I believe it's Saint Practice for them. I believe it's Saint Practice. Yeah, is that right? Yeah, Saint Practice, which I think it's going at noon, correct? And, bands all day. So getting ready for St. Pat's with a little Saint Practice. So should be a really good time here. Probably be a good idea to come here and then walk over to Founders and go to the baseball game if we even have it. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to have it or not just because of weather. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to have it or not due to weather. They want to do like a double header, what have you. So I have no idea. But yeah, no, I do not think JJ is a first rounder. Close, but I don't think he's a first rounder. So, okay, were we 13-10? Okay, we were 13-10. Yeah, apparently Malone's hitting 340 at Oregon, which is a little bit surprising. But hey, guys make adjustments and they go somewhere that's better for them and they make it work. So they make it work. I mean, it's certainly going to help. It's certainly going to help for sure. Yeah, it's certainly going to help. I think without a doubt, Frank is back. I really and you know that's fine. I'm not gonna go crazy if he is. I mean, you know, because what's bad is they actually overachieved to what I expected. Yeah, they overachieved. So because I had you 6-12 in SEC play, and you finished 500 9-9 in SEC play. So you know you actually did overachieve. So. How many players do we lose on the basketball team? I don't know. Who decides to come back? I don't know. James Reese is definitely gone. I think he's done. But who might come back? I don't know. You got to think Keyshawn and Coos are going to pursue the league. You know, they were already talking about it last year. Yeah, they were already talking about it last year. So you got to think they pursue the league for sure. I mean, well, just pursue some sort of pro basketball. Pursue some sort of pro basketball. So. But anyways. Yeah, Travi, G.G. Jackson's a junior, but he is thinking about reclassifying, which would bring him to South Carolina early, I guess you could say. So early. But, yeah. Devin Carter, I do believe Devin Carter is probably the future of our program, which, you know, is another reason people will lobby for Frank Martin to come back, which, again, I at this point, bring him back. I mean, whatever. I don't have an issue with it. Just bring him back. I mean, I said this early in the season. All I said was this. To re-energize the program, one of three things had to happen. Either you got to win, just simply put win and make the postseason, make March Madness, land a game-changing prospect, or you got to change your head coach. So if you can land Gigi, then you've accomplished one of those three things. Or making the NIT, yes, NIT bound. We are NIT bound. So we are heading to the Garden. Heading to the Garden. Heading to the Garden. So yeah, no, it's you know we'll see what happens. Again, hey, it starts tomorrow night. You got to win. You got to win. Bottom line. People ask like, oh, the tournament scenarios. I'll tell you what I don't get though is net. I don't understand net at all. I do not get net. Nothing about net makes sense to me. So, because we're playing Mississippi State, who's way higher than us in net, and but their record is worse than ours, and their SEC record's worse than ours. So I'm like, how does that make? I don't know. How does it make any sense? It comes down to like efficiency numbers and offensive output and this, that, whatever. So, yeah, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. The year, what did we win, like 25 games and didn't make it? Mm. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, which, it's we just don't get national respect. I mean, if it's between us and Syracuse to go to the tournament, they're going to take Syracuse. You know what I mean? They're not going to give it to us. So, I mean, it is what it is. Daddy-O said he's going to call it. If we win tomorrow, we're winning the entire conference tournament. If we win tomorrow, we've got to take on, Tennessee. Yes, which would be a very, very tough matchup for sure. Be a very tough matchup. So. Got P-Doc. Jesus. The entire crew. P-Doc and A-Raj in the building. Wow. Love to see it. The entire gang is here. Yeah. Yeah.
I like Devin Carter, though. I think he'll be an asset.
Yeah. No, I love Devin. I think Devin's incredible.
It's just sad because you go to
Yeah. No, yeah, it's tough. I don't, I understand with basketball, it's, win and they will come, but I don't know. It just makes it tough. It just makes it tough. So, but you get Gigi. What's up, P Doc? Coach Doc? Coach Doc? Oh, what is this? You're going to give me this? Oh, I was about to say, dude, what? Wow. Very good. P Doc's first career win, 16-1. Lay the hammer on him. Lay the hammer on him. Love to see that. Congratulations, Peyton. Congratulations, my friend. Really, really good stuff. Congrats. That's incredible. Yeah, you want to coach South Carolina? You can. P Doc for Gamecocks head coach. P Doc for Gamecocks head coach. Love it. Love it. Love to hear that. All right, with that being said, Phil, let's jump into a 5-minute break. I want to say hey to these guys real quick. Again, appreciate y'all coming out. We're at Tin Roof in the Vista. $3 drafts, $3 rumple, $3 fireball as well. Taking your questions, comments, everything else as we sit here. Game week for Texas, game week for Mississippi State tomorrow in men's basketball, and we await the fate of women's basketball on Sunday. Of course, we're going to be hosting. We'll be a 1 seed, but just who do we play and what's the path to a national championship look like? We'll find that out soon. But, yeah, sound guy Phil, take us into it. We'll take a 5-minute break. Cool. Appreciate you, sound guy Phil. All right. Tin Roof in the Vista. What's going on? We are here. Again, taking your questions, comments, calls as well. You can call in if you like. Like I said, we got some of the VIP question askers in the crowd here. Some of the VIP Daily Crowers in the crowd. I do. Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, and I love your gifts and everything. So, yeah, those are classic. You what? You should. You should. Why not? I feel like P-Dog's like a different person now that he's got one. I feel like he's a totally different person. So, Travi, appreciate you tuning in, my guy. Yeah, I don't know, Facebook's been bugging out a little bit lately. So the Muschamp Hackers, I don't know, been bugging out a little bit. But appreciate you tuning in. Again, big week for Gamecocks athletics. Of course, losing over the weekend to your arch rival. Then last night, the tough loss to Xavier. You got to bounce back. We need something to feel good about. Also, over the weekend, you lost in men's basketball, lost in women's on Sunday. So hopefully the men's basketball team can figure something out tomorrow, get the job done for us, and then on this weekend, you got Texas, number one team in the country. And hey, well, listen, while it's a daunting task, it's a great opportunity as well. It's a great opportunity, to take on the number one team and, show what you're made of. I mean, again, like Mark Kingston said, reveal character. John Kruger says, if you think Georgia's bad, Oregon State is worse. They are 3-27. 3-27 on the year. That's pretty tough. Yeah, Tom Crean's officially out, which is not surprising at all. So, anyways, appreciate y'all. Like I said, appreciate y'all coming out. Truly do appreciate it. By the way, big news today. We hit 20,000 followers on Twitter. So, I know, really. We're floating around between 19 and 20 for quite a while. Yeah. So 20,000, yeah, pretty crazy. Because I remember January of 2018 when we hit 1,000 and how big of a deal that felt. And so to hit 20,000 is, that's a real number. That's a real number. So wrong way from the old armchair for sure. Yeah. Ask them. They got better. I mean, I guess it depends on what you're feeling. I mean, the tenders are great. I will say I had something new last week. I had like the club sandwich. I thought that was delicious. That was incredible. Whatever that sandwich was. No pub subs in the Tin Roof, indeed. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, the tenders are great. You got to have loaded tots, of course, when you're here. You got to have loaded tots, especially if you've never had them. You got to have loaded tots. So, yeah, there's a lot. Pretty much everything on the menu is good. Pretty much everything is good. In its own way, its own special way. What's that? Yes. Hey, just like a Publix gift card. Dude, I love pub subs, truly. I truly do love pub subs. So, by the way, guys, don't forget to stick around tonight for shag lessons. I believe they get going at 8:30. We'll get off here a little bit before 8 so they can set up and everything. So, but shag lessons tonight at 8:30. Be sure to stick around for that and enjoy yourself and have a good time. So, yeah. Yeah, again, tough one last night for Gamecocks baseball. I'm surprised Tucker's not here tonight. That's kind of a little bit surprising he's not here. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on. But either way, appreciate y'all coming out sincerely. Saint Practice, don't forget, is this Saturday for Tin Roof. Saint Practice is this Saturday. We got the people asking if Robbie Davis is going to shag or not. Yeah. You, A-Raj, and P-Dog can all. Yeah, so. Yeah, they chat it up in the comments all the time. All the time. Mm. Yep, all the time. They chat it up in the comments. So. Let's see. By the way, in case you missed it, Gamecocks football officially dropping the spring practice schedule. So that was cool. Yeah. Yeah, next week, less than a week away. Less than a week away, spring ball will get going. So, yeah, less than a week away, spring ball will get going. We finally get to see Spencer Rattler in a Carolina helmet. One looked just like this. Get to see him in a Carolina helmet. So, yeah, going to be awesome. Let's see. And it looks, well, I think they're going to have like 15 practices, something like that. I think that's the number. And then, of course, April 16th will be the spring game. 7 o'clock kickoff at Williams-Brice. What a time that will be. What a time that will be indeed. 7 o'clock kickoff at Willie B. And that will be part of the Gamecock weekend, big Gamecock weekend. First pitch for South Carolina Ole Miss that day will be at 1. And then again, like I said, the spring game at 7. So it's going to be a fun day. Hopefully, baseball by that point has figured something out and turned it around to where it'll be a fun weekend because of both baseball and football and not just the spring games. I tell you what, if baseball continues its trend, we might just have to say screw it and just throw a TSUS tailgate for the spring game. I mean, just say, you know what, like thank you, P-Dog. P-Dog said no hopes of turning it around. None. None at all. Yeah. Yeah, Travis said, let's put Spencer in bubble wrap. For the love, let's have a healthy quarterback all season. Yeah, I think you'll see maybe 2 drives out of Spencer Rattler in the spring game. And, I mean, they don't hit the quarterbacks. I mean, Phil, P-Dog says hello, by the way. Yes, and Robbie also says hello to you, Phil. Tomato emoji, Phil. And A-Rod says hello. The whole gang is here. Per sources, the whole gang is here. Oh, I could send you that way easy. Yeah. I said I could send you that way easy. John Kruger also says hello to P-Dog. So he said, what's up, John? Go Dagger. Oh, yeah. We love it. Yeah, they'll trust me. They'll do everything in their power to take care of Spencer Rattler and make sure nothing happens to him. And yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. So he'll be fine. I don't know. It's going to come down to a lot of the same guys last year. So I think we will though. But again, right now, man, we're locked on that baseball side of things and just kind of figure out what's going on with Mark Kingston's squad, and can you find somebody in the bullpen, man? That's my big question. I mean, I know the sticks. Everybody wants to put it on the bats, and I get it, but I mean, you're going to have Will Sanders go Friday, which is great, but after that, who? Yeah. I guess so. I guess so. I mean, I do think losing Mahoney and Phipps kind of killed their plans, but at the same time, I mean, you lost them so early. Last year, you had time to find other guys. Right. You got to have other guys in that. I mean, I think Cam Tringali has already thrown more this year than he threw the entire year last year. Yeah, Velo just dropped a little bit, and I don't know. A couple 2s and 3s. Yeah. I agree. Bro, I agree 110%. I agree at 110%. I do. So, yeah, it's right now. It's a shortage of arms. It's a shortage of bodies, if you will. So, it is a shortage of arms and shortage of bodies. But anyways, yeah, we'll see if they can rebound. I don't know. I mean, I think your best bet this weekend is you sell out to win Friday and try to pair up Will Sanders and Michael Braswell and see if you can win a 2-1 game, I guess. I mean, that's really what else is your recipe for success? What else is your recipe for success? I don't know. What's that? There you go. Get runners in. Yeah. There you go. Get runners in. Yeah, get runners in. So, Teddy Cup 6 on Twitch says, "Let's go Cox." Indeed, yeah. You're going to have to score enough. And again, Texas has got a 1.54 ERA, and their 3 weekend starters are as good as you're going to find in college baseball, and they're all going to probably be pro guys. And so it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Unfortunately, I think most fans looking at this weekend like we win one of the 3 games and they'll be happy, which, that's how you know that the standard has dropped below what it should be. That should never be the case. We should never go into a weekend, in my opinion, saying it's good enough to lose, win one. Let's just not get swept. Like, for that to be the attitude, I think that really goes to show kind of where we are, which is unfortunate. It's unfortunate. So, John Kruger, Ole Miss and Mizzou are apparently tied at halftime in the SEC tournament. Ole Miss, Mizzou tied at halftime. All right, yeah. How about Syracuse beating Florida State by 39 points today? Yeah. I don't know. That surprised me. Clemson actually plays tonight. They play Virginia Tech in the ACC tournament. The Fighting Jason Browns. Let's see. Where is the SEC score? For some reason I'm not seeing it. Oh yeah, 32-32 at half, Ole Miss and Missouri. So 32-32 at the half, Ole Miss and Mizzou. So, Gamecocks, by the way, they're set. They're playing Mississippi State, and if you win that game, you'll take on Tennessee Friday night. So, $75. So Robbie Davis is locked in at the Tin Roof Show. Got South Carolina winning 75-72. 75-72. Sister A. No, I don't. I mean, again, I've already locked in my pick. I got 74-70 Mississippi State. So, but I really think it's a coin flip. I really think it's anybody's game. I think it's a coin flip for sure. So we'll see what happens, but I really do believe it's a coin flip type of game. So, and if you do beat State, beating Tennessee is going to be tough, man. On a neutral floor, they crushed you twice. So, be a tall task, but you never know. Hey, it's March. Weird things happen in March, my friend. Weird things happen in March. Weird things do happen in March. So, you just never know. Yes, the tattoo. Yes, for sure. Need the tattoo. Need the tattoo, indeed. I would honestly love to have that happen. Really. I mean, it would just be fantastic content. Probably the most viewed video of all time, like me getting it. So I would love to see that. Yeah, we got to take care of State first, though. And like I said, Dalton was telling us that apparently Caesars dropped the line already. Bulldogs are a 4.5-point favorite, which, again, doesn't totally shock me. Does not totally shock me, but, again, that's why they play the game. The game's not played in Vegas, not played on paper. It is played on the floor. So we'll see what happens. But either way, if you want to text in, best way to do it if you're here. If you want to get your questions in, to text in 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Yeah, somebody asked about the NCAA 14 streams and when they're coming back. God, depending on how baseball season goes, they might come back like in a few weeks. So might have to do a little Rattler Heisman Road to Glory. So might have to stream me and P-Dawg playing some NCAA. No, P-Dawg is the truth. He's the truth at some NCAA now. He's the truth at some – I don't know if he's playing as much anymore because he's coaching now. But my man's is the truth. Do what? Yeah. Oh, really? So what are you playing that on, PS2? Oh, really? Okay. The what? Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. Love that. Again, appreciate those who are out. Appreciate y'all coming out. Always appreciate Tin Roof for having us. And, yeah, so great night to have a night here. $3 drafts at our Rumple, $3 Fireball. Great food, great people. Again, make sure you tip your bartenders. Take care of those guys. And be safe as well. Saint practice on Saturday. Going to be a heck of a time, I'm sure, with the bands and everything. Also, I mean, if everything goes to plan with the weather, it would be a great idea to come out to Saint practice and then walk over to Founders Park. Come take in the baseball. Why not? So would be a really, really good time. But I'll see you, my brother. Appreciate you, Corey. Always does a fantastic job here. Always does a great job. So, yeah. It's literally the Daily Crow in real life. Just unreal. Didn't know we'd be here. Didn't expect it. Didn't plan it. Dude, I don't understand why Ray Tanner wants to be the AD. I don't get it. People say the money. I'm like, does he really need it, you think? I mean, I know he's collecting a check, but I don't know. It's a lot of heat he catches, and I don't know why he really wants to do it anymore. But I don't know, man. I've heard rumors he's close to stepping down, actually. So I would expect that to happen sooner rather than later. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, when things are trending the way they are, it's just, it's tough. It's tough. I get it. Trust me, I get it. It's tough. So, but I don't know. I think it's going to happen sooner rather than later. I don't think Ray is going to be the AD much longer. I could be wrong, but I don't think he'll be the AD much longer. So, but we'll see what happens. So, again, 843-790-3377. If y'all do want to text in, like I said, in case you missed it, also we do this every single day, noon to 2 on the Daily Crow, taking questions, comments, everything. Really good time. Really good time. So, per source is a good time. Yeah, per source is a good time. So, y'all be sure to check that out. We'll take 5 here. I want to mingle with you guys for a little bit. So, yeah. So we don't get these guys out here very often, especially never all together. So, yeah. Yeah, we're going to kick it for a couple minutes. Those tuned in digitally, we'll be right back. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Sound guy Phil, take us into a break, my man. All right, we're good? All right, we're back. Real quick, before we get going. Well, we're getting going now, but John Kruger making me aware that apparently we have offered Arkansas State wide receiver Corey Rucker, so we'll see what comes of that. But we've obviously got a celebrity in the house, Uncle Boudreaux, sitting in the corner of the bar, celeb in the building. He's got a show this weekend at Montague's. I said that right. Montague's, March 12th, Saturday, 7 p.m., which is, where exactly is this again? No, Montague's, Greenwood. Greenwood. Free show in Greenwood. At South Bend Winery, I believe. Is that correct? You okay? Never mind. Yep. My bad. Montague's, but it's in Greenwood. Okay. All right. Beautiful. So Montague's this Saturday, 7 p.m. in Greenwood. Free show. Come on out. Also, the following weekend, or actually 2 weekends after, is March 26th. So 2 weeks after that. At least that's what the flyer says. 8 to 9:30, $5 at the door. Uncle Boudreaux will be out at Bottoms Up Tavern in Pendleton, South Carolina. So, yeah, money for merch too. Yeah, I mean, I think if you go out anywhere, you're not bringing money for whatever, then, yeah. I love that. Yeah, so anyways, we're having a great night here at Tin Roof in the Vista. Guys, probably going to go till about 7:30 and then hang out with, I really want to hang out with some of these guys here. They've also got to get set up for Shag Night, but want to hang out with these guys here that, don't really get to come to this show, so or don't come a lot. So, yeah, definitely want to hang out with you guys and say what's up and have a good time. But anyways, we're talking Gamecocks, about 7:10 or so right now. Teddy Cup, appreciate your comments. You're loving sporting, and John Kruger letting us know that South Carolina is apparently offering another wide receiver in the portal. The Arkansas State transfer. Let's see. Anyways, huge weekend upcoming for South Carolina baseball. Of course, tomorrow night you've got the basketball game as well. Hey, in less than a week, spring ball gets going in Columbia. So, spring football. Tomorrow night at 6. Tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. They will take on Mississippi State. And what I think will be a really intriguing game, because, again, the first time you played them, they beat you by double digits. Last time you played them, and it was at their place. And the next time you played them, it was at your place. You beat them by double digits. So, what gives, right? What gives? That's a fact, Robbie. That's a fact. No truer words have been spoken. Cheers. And if Coach Martin can't get it done, Coach Davis sure will. Yeah. Per sources, if you score more points than the team, you will win. Dude, Mark Kingston had a quote like that in his presser. I don't know if, obviously, I doubt you watched it. He literally had one, though, that it was last night, and I'm paraphrasing, so forgive me, but you should definitely go back and watch, because he literally said, he was asked like the hitting. He's like, I thought we swung it well enough to win, but after I told the guys after the game, if they score more than you do, then you lose. And it's just like, okay, like, all right, great point, Coach. Great point. So, yeah, Kingston had one of those moments. I really need to clip that from his presser and be like, thank you, Captain Obvious. That's a fact. That is a fact. So, Caden Graham asked about who was laughing about the Xavier game. Said he was confused about the. You out? Or are you just saying, hey? Oh, what's going on, J-Mo? What's going on, J-Mo? No, yeah, I don't want to continue to harp on it. Just a little too much cutting up and joking around while you're getting your butt beat at home by Xavier for my liking. So, yeah, a little too much of it. A little too much of it. I didn't quite love to see it. So, yeah, I didn't quite love to see it. Let's see. Missouri apparently up 11 on Ole Miss, 45-34 with 15:25 to go. So, and Ole Miss is not very good. And it took a buzzer beater, but thank goodness we got them. Thank goodness. I mean, what a season it was for us really to get to 9-9. I mean, you know, it's you think about it, like the moments that had to happen to get to that point. I mean, you know, it was crazy. So, like I said, I give actual kudos to well, people don't understand what I was trying to do early in the season was just inject some life into the basketball season. I mean, I was literally sitting there with Pete Hawk after we left the Florida game. It's like we got to do something, man, because I think apathy's just setting in and people are checked out, and then Frank did something. So you're welcome. You're welcome for me putting a little pressure. I saw that. Frank was quote tweeting everybody. I mean, what you think? I think you love that. You love that, obviously. I'm just. It is what it is. So you have a Mount Rushmore coaches. You're putting because Spurrier's on the Mount Rushmore. You're putting Martin with him up there too. Frank McGuire, number 1. Frank Martin, number 2. Then who? I mean, who the other coach? Dave Odom? I mean, I think Odom wasn't terrible. Then who? You know? I don't remember that, no. I can't say I do. Yeah. I got you. Yeah, no, yeah. Same guy coaching 2 different teams. Oh, same name, okay. Well, you know who's definitely going to get fired is Brad Brownell. That's who. Brad Brownell is definitely going to get fired. No question. Yeah, absolutely no question. So, they've had a horrid year. And they actually, like I said, they play tonight. I guess they probably just started. They're playing Virginia Tech. Oh, I do. Yeah, I can see it through these little things right here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Both programs aren't that great, but I think our history in basketball is just a little bit better yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not saying much.
Right.
I think the only thing that puts us over the edge is that that's it.
Right.
We haven't done anything since that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you know, I think the bigger takeaway is it's not a simple answer when it comes to fixing South Carolina men's basketball. That program, it's not a simple. We want it to be a simple answer, but it's not a simple answer. It's not. It's just not a simple answer. So, yeah, I mean, I don't, you know, I don't dislike Frank really. And I mean, again, if you can get Gigi Jackson, you got to bring him back for sure. I mean, I'd say definitely bring him back. And you have Devin Carter coming back, and then you'll have a real team that can really get you there. So I don't know. Yeah, hopefully for sure, hopefully. But at some point, it's just got to be. There has to be a year where you really come in and say tournament or bust. You know what I mean? That at some point's got to be a real thing. We said it this year. We said it this year.
I don't know. I mean, I understand why people are like, keep praying. You know, our team is going to suck. Potentially, like, we're going to gamble. Potentially, worse. But at some point, you just have to say, you know, we
Yeah.
need to have a better basketball.
Well, I mean, you got Shane Beamer. Look what happened. That was a game changer. You know. So.
But the boosters care more about the football program.
Well.
The football program is always going to be that program.
Right.
Because of the fact that you play in the SEC, that people are going to want to do well at, and they're going to want to win games.
Yeah.
The basketball program,
And football moves the needle. I mean, there's no question. There's no question.
it moves it the most, which is why
Yeah.
the boosters are willing to spend more money on it than everything else. But you look at a lot of these other programs, Auburn, Arkansas, Tennessee, all these SEC schools have good basketball programs too. There isn't any reason why we can't have a competitive basketball team.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know how you get there though. That's a complicated question.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like I said, I don't think the answer is as simple as we would like it to be. We'll put it that way. I don't think the answer is as simple as we would like it to be. So.
I think what's holding fans, a lot of people back, getting on the fire train is just the sporadic success we've had because we've seen flashes of him doing well, and for extended periods of time, somewhat like 4 or 5 game stretches. But it's also the fact that you've hired coaches from mid-major conferences, and they haven't panned out. They were the up and comers, so to speak, and you hired them, and they didn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Frank does provide a major sense of stability. There's no doubt. Provides a major sense of stability. So, I mean, there's something to be said of why that's a good thing, but at the same time, it's I don't know. If you never take that risk, like you're saying, you never know what you might be able to get or what you'll be able to have. So,
Right, because you need to do better.
yeah.
One NCAA tournament appearance in 10 years, or what is it, 2 in a decade?
Yeah.
That should not be the standard. I mean, it's not like we have to go to the dance every year. So we want to try and be there more often than not. But at least have a shot at playing at the end of the year.
Yeah. And I do feel for Frank. I feel for Frank because he has done things over the course of a decade or however long he's been here that haven't been done. And his 10-year record's this, and the SEC record's that. But again, I've said it many times. All fans care about is making the NCAA tournament. That's it. It's all that matters in college basketball. Really, it's the entire reason we watch. It's the entire point of the season is to get to March Madness. So. If you don't get there, then you were just playing to have fun the entire year, basically. I mean, yeah, make it to the NIT, I guess. Hell, we might be going to the CBI, Might go to the CBI tournament. So, might go to the old CBI. I don't know. Again, I do give them credit and kudos for, again, overachieving. In my mind, they did overachieve. I mean, you look at the expectations I had, they overachieved 6-12. 6-12 in SEC play. You finished 500. So, they overachieved in comparison to what I picked them to do. So, you tip your cap to Frank Martin, and that was, a heck of a job. So, heck of a job. So, now can you make some noise in the tournament? Can you make some noise in the tournament?
If we get Gigi, I think it changes a lot of stuff. But we gotta see. I mean, we can't keep on saying it's tournament or bust every single year. He does make the tournament at some point.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. We're good. What's up?
We're making a change, and I don't know what Ray Tanner's thinking, but we got all these, like pretty much every single one of our programs for the last 5 years have been absolutely ass. This year we lost. That's a Clemson in every single major sport. And that's unacceptable because you can't let the Gators win.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah. And I mean, it also hurts the success or lack thereof that you've had against the arch rival. It's brutal right now, man, across all the sports. It's brutal. They got your number. Bottom line, Clemson's got your number. There's just no other way to put it. I mean, it's not even close. They sweep you in baseball. They beat you by like 20 in basketball, and they beat you 30-0 in football. So, I mean, what can you say? So, what can you say? But whatever. That's it's not very fun to talk about.
It's not, but you got to address it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have to.
If you don't put pressure on the athletics program, they're just going to let it go.
Yeah.
But I promise you, after this weekend, a lot of people, big time donors, are in Ray Sanders here.
Hmm.
Every single year it's a baseball program that everybody's excited about because we have history.
Hmm.
We have those two trophies out there. They don't. So
Yeah.
you can't let them sweep.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Robbie Davis is picking us to win 2 or 3 against Texas. Did Pete Hawk know that? I don't know if am I breaking news right now? Shave your head bald if you take 2 or 3 from Texas. Okay, no takebacks. No takebacks. Well, here's what it would take. Will Sanders has to throw a gem. Michael Braswell, I think, comes in the 9th and closes it out, and you find a way to win 2-1, 1-0. I mean, like that type of game. And then Saturday or Sunday, your bats just get incredibly hot, and you do something that to this point nobody else has done on Texas, which is score a lot of runs. Because I mean, you don't have another pitcher outside of Will that I think is going to show up and shove against a really quality Texas lineup. You just don't have it. Yeah, and their field is. I mean, dude, it's not exactly a hitter friendly park. So they're still hitting 288 as a ball club, and I mean, while the power numbers might not be crazy, but again, they play in a park where I'm a little worried Founders Park might make them look a little bit stronger. We'll put it that way. I mean, we saw it last year and we went there. That's just where baseballs go to die. I mean, it's not a great hitter's park at all. So it's not a great hitter's park at all. Yeah. But you never know. I mean, again, it's baseball, man. You just never know. Could we do something? I mean, Kentucky took 2 of 3 from, and they might have swept. They took 2 of 3 from number 5 TCU. So you just never know. But yeah, it's after losing to Xavier last night, it's unfortunate because I was, and I still am. I'm as a college baseball fan, I'm very fired up for this series just because I can't wait to get a look at Texas. I can't wait to get a look at them as a ball club. I mean, again, you might be looking at the eventual national champions. You might be looking at the eventual national champions. I mean, well, unless they. Hey, we thought Arkansas was going to Omaha, sure thing last year, and they lost to NC State. So, I mean, nothing's guaranteed, but yeah, I mean, they're for them, it will be a bad year if they don't go. It'll be a bad year. So, I'd probably bet on right now they are going, but you just never know in baseball, but the matchups in the postseason. But yeah, Trevi asked any word when Bosnick will be back. There's nothing new. I've heard nothing new. I mean, as we heard last week, he hadn't even started throwing a baseball yet. So even if he's throwing now, is he ready to come back and pitch? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. So we'll see. That's a huge piece of this team, and that's he. Yeah. Yeah, you're throwing guys right now that maybe shouldn't be throwing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you lost Danny Lloyd, you lost Andy Peters, you lost Brett Carey, you just lost a lot of guys. I mean, you lost a ton of dudes. That's no excuse, but you did. And you lost Jack Mahoney to injury, you lost Jackson Phipps to injury, and you didn't reload the way that you needed to. So that's really what it comes down to. So we just don't. We're not rolling out those power arms guy after guy after guy after guy like these other big time elite SEC teams. We're not doing it. Oh, get a name. I mean, you gotta treat this job as an elite job. This is not a. I mean, the only guy I would say that you give the job to that it's, he's an up and comer, but I mean, he's also proven himself at his school is Landon Powell. I mean, I think that one's though that's like the low hanging fruit in the sense like it's so easy because he played here and he's won a lot at North Greenville. But would he win at Carolina? I don't know. But at least you'd be bringing a guy in that knows what Carolina baseball is all about. You know what I mean? Knows the standards, expectations, what the fans want. What's expected. Outside of that, I don't have some short list, man. Again, we're 12 games into this thing and, whatever. But you got to treat this as what it is, which is an elite job. It's still, to me, it's an elite job. It is. It's an elite program, an elite job. Right. So you got to get a name, man. I mean, looking back, Kingston wasn't a name. He was – I mean, he's highly respected amongst baseball people, but you need a big-time name, man. It's a big-time program. You need a big-time name. Bottom line, you got to get a guy like that, in my opinion. So, if it happens, like I said, we got a long way to go. But and will he even be let go if they don't make the postseason this year? I don't know. Yeah. Right. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, Robbie, what's up? I mean, that's a given. Yeah, that is a given, my friend. Yeah. I mean, if you don't make it this year, I think a lot of folks would be calling for him to be gone. So. Yeah, Coach P-Dog. You want to take over? Coach P-Dog can do it. P-Dog's our man. If he can't do it, then no one can. Hey, let's let P-Dog get his first full season at North High School in. You imagine? South Carolina makes an unprecedented hire in 21-year-old Peyton Dawkins. I'd love to see Landon Powell take the job. I'd love to see that. Personally, I'd love to see it. So, yeah, how much do they need to pay you? They're giving the players more than that. There you go. Yep, I got you. You about to head, Dalton? No, you good? Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Well, we've hit 7:30. Again, I don't normally cut it this short, but we've got some folks in the building that do not get to come on a consistent basis. And, the whole point of this show is getting people to come out to Tin Roof and hanging out with you guys in person. So I know we got Shag Night coming up at 8 o'clock. They'll start getting set up anyways. And, but again, great night to have a night at Tin Roof in the Vista. $3 draft, $2 rumple, $3 fireball as well. Again, great food, great people. Take care of your people. Take care of the bartenders. They do a fantastic job. And like I said, hopefully things turn around soon. Basketball tomorrow night, baseball all weekend. I don't know if you saw women's is having like an open practice, and fans can come watch the selection show Sunday at CLA with the team. So I have to just kind of mosey. Yeah. 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 So I have to mosey on out there for that. I think that'd be kind of fun. Just watch an elite team. Even just practice. Sunday at like 6 o'clock or something like that. Yeah. So obviously we're going out there for the yeah. Yeah. CBI tournament. That's kind of what we're fighting for now. CBI. NIT or CBI? The Collegiate Basketball Invitational for teams that ain't worth a darn. I don't know. Right. Everybody gets a tournament. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody gets a tournament. Yeah. Everybody gets one. Everybody gets one. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, no, that, dude, my first memories as a Gamecocks basketball fan were Torrance Kinsey and Trey Kelly and Carlos Powell and Ronaldo Baltman and those guys going to Madison Square Garden, winning the NIT. I thought that was so cool. Back-to-back years. So, yeah. Yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame. They ought to hold the NIT beforehand and let the 65th, the champion, play into the tournament. That'd be cool. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I don't know. Either way, maybe we'll get some postseason play. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. So starts tomorrow. Mississippi State. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Right. Mm. Yeah, if you get Gigi here, that obviously helps your chances a lot. And yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, you should have the team next year if Gigi Jackson comes here to make a run. Maybe he's a candidate. Zam Frederick Jr. Maybe he's a candidate. Yeah, maybe he is a candidate. You never know. Yeah. Why not? All right, we'll talk about it off here. Phil, you can send us off. Appreciate y'all. Have a great night. Make sure you take care of your bartenders, like I said, and we'll do it again next week. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate you.